In this video, I will go over a 3 days per week full body training plan that will get you jacked. If you already have a plan and you don't want to change it, then you should keep watching, because I will go over the 3 principles that will give you the most results. I will go over them really quickly, and then I will go over the plan. In that plan, there are 2 methods, training methods. They will make your workouts way more efficient without sacrificing gains. Before I go over the plan, let's start with the 3 principles that will get you results. They are intensity, newbie gains, and recovery. I could just start by giving you the plan. Just give me the plan, bro, and I will go away. But here's the thing. Every plan basically works. It doesn't really matter which exercises you choose as long as you train any major muscle. It doesn't really matter how you scheme them throughout the week as long as you get enough sets per week. These 3 principles, you should apply them to your training. The first principle is intensity. It is getting close to muscular failure. That's basically it, right? Get close to muscular failure and you will see a lot of results, because that's the main driver of hypertrophy. The second principle is the newbie gains principle. The closer you are to the beginner stage, the more results you will get exponentially. The farther away you are from it, the more training years you have under your belt, the less gains you will see exponentially. That's something to be expected, and that's just to bring the point that if you are a beginner, amazing, you will see a ton of progress with this 3 days per week training plan. And you might even see very similar results than if you were to train 6 times per week, just because of the massive effect of the newbie gains. And the third principle is recovery. Getting as much volume per week as possible is great, especially if it is not junk volume, intensity is on point. The problem is that if you can't recover between the workouts, this volume will become junk volume. Recovery is very important. The main idea behind recovery is that you get recovered between each session and that you are not overtraining yourself between the weeks. This training plan won't overtrain you and most likely will cause you to have sufficient recovery. So here is the plan. I will go only over 1 day of it, just because it is a full body plan. You do this day over and over again 3 days per week. Let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. 3 days per week. You get enough recovery between each session, at least 1 day of recovery. That's probably enough for most of you. If not, you might want to do a different plan or to reduce the training days to 2. But most likely, this training plan is pretty efficient. You will get recovered between that time frame. The first exercise is chest press. One of those things most powerlifter training plans get right is that they just use compound movements. Compound movements are very good for gains because of the simple fact that the most important thing for hypertrophy is intensity and volume. And if your intensity is sufficient and you go and you push yourself to failure in that compound exercise, all of the muscles that are involved, assuming they are taken to failure, they would get very similar hypertrophy benefit to if you were to isolate them. That's the first exercise. The second one is an horizontal pull movement. There are 2 movements for the back: horizontal pulls and vertical pulls. Vertical pulls are exercises like lat pull downs. Horizontal pulls are exercises like rows. You want to get both of them. These 2 movements will grow your back, which is amazing. If you want to make sure you target all of the muscles in your back with the horizontal pull, try to change your elbow position. The first set, use this elbow position. The second set, bring it up a bit, just to make sure you train all of the muscles in the back. The rhomboids, the rear delts, the traps, you want to target all of them. Make sure you target all of them this way. And then the fourth exercise, and it is an exercise for your side and front delts. Here's the thing, a lot of people would just go and would do overhead press. I absolutely love this exercise. It is the exercise I'm the strongest at. I lift my body weight in that exercise for like 5 or 6 reps. If you know, you know, it's pretty good. The problem with it is that if you try to achieve an aesthetic physique, it doesn't really target the side delts. To target the side delts, and with this training plan, I would really recommend that instead of doing it, you would just go and do a superset. That's the training method. I think a lot more people should use supersets between front raises and lateral raises. These two together will train your shoulders, the static parts of your shoulders, and the horizontal pull will train the rear delts. Basically, you will get full shoulder activation, and we all know that the shoulder is the most aesthetic muscle that we have. So that's how you train all of it. And then the fifth movement is a superset between triceps and biceps. They are antagonist muscle groups. If you train your biceps, your triceps definitely rest. If you train your triceps, your biceps definitely rest. Supersetting together is really good. That's the fifth exercise. And the sixth one is an exercise for legs. Right, legs are important, let's not forget about them. It is a compound exercise for legs. I wrote here squats or deadlifts. But in general, if on your first workout you chose to squat, on the second workout you will need to deadlift. On the third workout, do whatever you want. If you want bigger quads or your quads are your weak point, use squats. If you want stronger glutes and hamstrings, do deadlifts. Romanian deadlifts are also amazing. Whatever variation you like, just one workout squats, one workout deadlifts, and in the third workout do whatever you want. Around 3 sets. Now here's the main point. With all of these exercises, I didn't give you a certain rep range or a set scheme. Do whatever you want. With sets, make sure you recover between each workout and you get at least 10 sets per week per muscle. And with reps, do more than 3 reps per exercise per set. Why? Because below 3 leads to an injury. It requires a heavier load, which will be more dangerous. And that's basically it. Bye.